Hello guys. So, I'm a relatively new Warframe player. I've been playing for 2 weeks. Already mastery rank 12, but that's just because I'm absolutely obsessed. And it took me until now to realize a really useful little trick about this game. Because obviously your mastery comes from leveling up Warframes, weapons, everything. And when you get a new gun, it's going to be trash. It's going to have nothing on it, and like you're only going to be able to do very minuscule builds. And it's just tricky to like go into, some of these missions where you're doing no damage and you want to progress still. And like farming up these weapons sucks. So there's a really useful trick for that. Oh wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure I have one in here I need to grab. Oh no, it's not done yet. Okay. Well, whatever. Basically, the trick is, in the Duviri, when you look here, it'll show you, the frames and the weapons that you're going to get as your options when you do something like the circuit. And basically these, so if you see that melee there, the Techo, I have that melee, and it's only mastery rank 6. But the thing is, I'm going to just hop in here to show you. Basically, these weapons and warframes and whatever that you just freshly got that are going to be garbage, not leveled at all, not modded at all, when you come into Duviri. So look at this, right? This is the Techo, which I have like not modded at all on my actual game, will be fully modded with all of this shit. You can switch to your config, but the default mods obviously are going to be pretty damn good compared to nothing, compared to a not built out weapon. And it also, you come in here and you just level them up way faster. Like it's not even close. None of this really matters. But I'm just going to hop in just to show you how quickly these level, because it's actually insane. Nice. That's pretty good. Obviously I'm going to use my boy Calero. Calero is frickin' absolutely busted. Well, I don't know about busted, but he's just really strong. I really like his playstyle and all his abilities. Especially with melees, and melees are like the shit in this game. Like for my first probably 50 hours in this game, I couldn't find a primary or a secondary that did anywhere close to the amount of damage that all the melees I was using were. And that's fine, I'm good with that, because like I said, I like melees, but it was just interesting. So this is going to be a bad example, because these void floods are like, obviously you're not going to get the most enemies. But like, yeah, I've already mastered it up almost a whole level just in that time. Like, it's actually insane. Pop in here, and if you get lucky and you're able to equip like a primary, a secondary, and a melee that you don't have, you'll just level them all up to max in like one run. And as if anyone's done this Duviri circuit before, you're gonna have to do it a few times anyway. So what difference does it make? You go through a few times just running all these weapons, leveling up way faster than you would in the normal game, and then in the normal game you can just use whatever builds you have, whatever weapons that are actually strong. It's just more fun that way, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely still have fun grinding out weapons in the main game, but after discovering this, it's like, what the hell? It's just so much faster. You can gain mastery ranks like at an absurd rate. Oh, also hot tip for anyone new, little movement tech, because the movement's crazy in this game, and that's like another awesome thing about Warframe. But that what I'm doing right there is this kind of, I don't really see anyone else doing this too, but it's just like kind of a lazy movement method that's really nice. When you jump up in the air, and you do your aim slowdown thing, I forget what it's called. But when you do that, if you just like roll and spam crouch like you see, you'll get going. It just takes you way further for nothing, basically. All you have to do is spam crouch, roll. See, it just keeps giving you those speed boosts. You don't really have to spam it either. It's like, it's the same as the cooldown for your like slide speed boosts. Like every 1 second or so, basically. But yeah, that's just a nice little thing. But yeah, look at that. Already rank 15. I hopped in with rank 7. I'm not even been killing a lot of enemies. Like, as soon as we get into the actual meat and potatoes of these fights, you'll see it's like absurd how fast you level up. Like, it's not even close compared to default game. And like I said, like, the modding thing is just an absolute hack, because they want you to be able to do Duviri circuit and not absolutely suck and do no damage. So they just give you fully modded stuff. And we can just take advantage of that. These are kind of poop, man. Whatever, just give me an extra jump. I'm not really trying to do a full build here. Plus, it doesn't really matter. In the circuit, like, you kind of want to reset after that boss fight anyway, because the level starts to get absurd. Like, me and my buddy were doing this, just the two of us, a couple weeks ago, and like trying to get really strong builds to see how far we could go. And I ended up with this insane crit stacking melee build using Kalervo still, which, you know, is just like makes melee builds even more insane. And ended up doing, you know, red super crits, multi-million damage stacks, but it gets to a point where it doesn't even matter. You start facing enemies that are like 170. And it's like, even with that ridiculously OP melee build doing millions and millions of damage, it gets to be insanely hard. So resetting is just better anyway. And now that I know this mastery trick, it's like even more of a reason to reset, because you jump in, you master all your weapons in a few rounds, then it's like, alright, let's go back out and pick some new ones. And obviously it helps if you have like a bunch of weapons that you've crafted, which you should always be crafting as many weapons as possible anyway, especially if you're worried about mastery, because, you know, you're gonna master, you're gonna level up your mastery faster. Like, see, I'm not even going crazy, I'm just casually running around, barely punching stuff with this. And it's already, well, I went from 7 to 20 in one round of this shit. Now, alchemy, you will see, is going to go absolutely stupid, because they just give you so many enemies to fight in this. Yeah, see, lazy movement trick, just get all the way over to there in one jump. Like, I don't know, it's so good. I don't really see anyone doing that. But yeah, obviously this works with warframes, this works with all weapons. And it's especially nice because you can kind of see, like, just generally how the weapons will do compared to other weapons, because they come with all this sort of default mod build. So you can just see how they all do compared to each other with like a default uniform build. And it helps to know like what you want to go for. Like in doing this Duviri circuit, I was doing it early on, and I would just find weapons that I really like that are target weapons to go for. Like there's this one called the Bubonico, which I'm one mastery rank away from being able to use, but I used it in here and was like, oh my god, I love this weapon, I need it. And you know, it just gave me a target to, like, it's a clan research thing, but just gave me a target to go for. Good weapon to get. Yeah, the range is poo-poo on these things. I guess, yeah, I mean, I'm using the default build. My configuration, honestly, probably would have been a little better. But yeah, like, look, rank 23 already. If I just, like, boom, pop my shit here, let my dagger rain kill stuff, you'll see it's still just going up crazy. Not as much as if I was killing everything with my fists, but, you know, something where you have to, like, sort of compete with your teammates for kills. If you're worried about mastery that much, you can just, like, pop your big moves and still steal those kills from your teammates, essentially. Which, you know, no one's really gonna give a shit. Like, Warframe is the most, like, kind, friendly community there is of any game I played. Pretty much by far. Because there's no PvP, you know what I mean? Like, that's where toxicity is born and bred. This one is just, like, cooperative. I mean, and obviously still you're gonna run into dinguses here and there, but that's just life, baby. People seem to complain about this mode, the, like, AM4 Crucible. I actually really like it. I think it's kind of fun. Because you can do it really fast, too. If, like, everyone's just focused about throwing all the shit as fast as possible, you just get it done so fast. Let's see. Yeah, see, boom. Rank 27 already. In not even 2 rounds yet. It's absolutely insane. Whatever, none of this matters. Like, these builds are cool too, to show you, like, how damage buff stacking works. I don't know, Duviri is a really good beginner experience, I would say. Especially the circuit, because you get a whole ass Warframe out of it. Like, that's crazy in itself. Because that time you could have spent, you know, in whatever hodunk mission, grinding for, like, segments of recipes for Warframes. You can just come into Duviri and get a whole guaranteed Warframe, and at the same time mastery level up all of these weapons that would have taken you ages to do those two separate things, or to do those two things separately. You know what I mean? And, like, it's so chill, it's crazy. Again, none of this matters. I'm getting garbage too. Whatever. And boom, max rank. Like, it's so free, it's crazy. This thing's poo-poo. This has 1 shot at a time? What is this gun? I have this building right now. And I guess, yeah, it probably does a lot of damage, but what the hell? This would be really good with someone like Mag. Okay, no, it is just pretty dope, actually. See, unfortunately, my Tonkor, is that what it's called? Tonkor, yeah. My Tonkor is not done crafting yet. Otherwise, I could also have been leveling this up the whole time. See, and it's weird too, like, look at how I'm just getting the rank up things for this. I think it might be a little busted, like, and you actually rank up faster than you should, because it's night and day. Like, anyone who's mastered weapons in the actual game and you come here and you feel the difference. It's like actually just absurd. But hey, I'm not complaining, because, you know, mastering garbage weapons that you just craft that have no build, that have, you know, they're just useless, gets a little tedious. Like, it's not bad, it's still fun to, like, get used to a weapon and whatnot, but when that tediousness gets to you, just come right into Duviri, into the circuit, just finish them, like, in moments. What is happening? Where are these shots going? I thought this had an AoE blast. How have I done 72% of the damage dealt? That's crazy. I've not been doing anything. What the hell? I've just been chilling. Are these guys much lower level than me? Okay, yeah, they are. Well, not this guy. But it's interesting. That's how it always goes. Like, you can be trying your ass off, and then there's some legendary rank 1 guy in your lobby that's like just pushing a few abilities and has 90% of the damage done. It's just how Warframe goes. Like, the scaling goes absolutely nutso at the higher levels. Some people's builds are just insane. And like, my Calervo build is pretty damn good. I've kind of optimized it. So I'm actually just going to leave because, well, yeah. But yeah, boom, look at that. Just done. Instantly. And you don't have to worry about putting on mods incrementally, doing multiple missions just to master 1 gun that sucks. Like, boom, it's done now. And now I can just, like, I don't have to worry about using this. You know what I mean? Like, look, I did the same thing with this, I did the same thing with this. This was just in the last, like, hour. Just been playing this. Let's just see, out of curiosity, what it's going to give me next. Okay, yeah, so sometimes, you know, you'll get unlucky and it'll be all shit that you have. But that's fine, because again, you're working toward this, like a whole Warframe. And I also just unlocked Steel Path, like, just last night. So I still have to do this to unlock it, but from what I understand, Steel Path Circuit gives you crazy weapons, Incarnon weapon forms, which are apparently super, super good. Something I'm not quite to yet, but I'll get there. And so I'm going to have to do this all again on Steel Path version, and it's like, I'll just keep leveling up all these freaking weapons I have. It's so free, it's crazy. So yeah, that's about it. Just trying to help out beginners. See ya.